Greetings everyone and welcome back to Pony Panels, and sorry for the long wait for these. I totally and wholeheartedly apologize. Now, the reason I haven't done the last 3 comics is 1, I'm lazy, but 2, there isn't much to pull from each one of the 3 comics individually. Seeing that this could be considered, these last 3, I call them the fear arc, because they all deal with the same thing. Fear. Facing your fear. Admitting you have fear. And now, it's about the mental state of fear that we put ourselves in. Things like the fear of failure. Funny, there's a character for that, and an episode for that, called Flutter Brother, that talked about procrastination and the fear of failure by introducing us to Fluttershy's brother, Zephyr Breeze. Well, he's back in this comic, and now he's got yet another thing to procrastinate about. The fear of judgment, or to be judged by peers. If you've worked in the creative works, you know all too well about this. And sometimes, not only do we get criticism from the outside that can be crippling towards our motivations, sometimes, like Zephyr, we're our own worst enemy, talking ourselves out of creative opportunities, or any opportunities at all. One must face themselves before facing their enemy, as the old saying goes. And for Zephyr, that's exactly what happens here. He's having a conflict within himself. This is brought up because of a hairstyling convention known as MaineCon, which he, Fluttershy, and 3 of the student 6, Starstream, Sandbar, and Yona, attend. All because they're having bad hair days of their own, literally and figuratively, and go to Professor Fluttershy to eat out. But upon getting to the con, there's a live demonstration stage that Zephyr wants nothing to do with, to show off his talent. Why? Because he feels that he's not really talented, seeing that he's had no hair schooling of any real sort, especially in front of his professional peers. He's always done it for customers and the like, but never for those really in the know. And he fears their judgment can be crippling to his already short confidence span. So he doesn't want to display his talent. That is, until he meets a young female pony with more optimism in her step, known as Pixie Cut. Pixie Cut gives him a little bit of a pep talk about having the mental strength to be judged and to not be afraid to fail. Again, a reinforcement of the moral of Flutter Brother, which I will leave an end card link to that episode so that at the end here, when the end card appears. But also, her little pep talk gives Zephyr the motivation to demonstrate finally. But when Pixie gets some really harsh criticism, she ends up on the downturn. See, to me, there isn't such a thing as constructive criticism. There's just criticism. Positive and negative criticism. What you do with it is up to you. It's all about mental strength and fortitude. The only way that it's truly constructive is if you take it in a positive light. But even then, even the most constructive, quote unquote, of criticism can end up leading to a lot of doubts and negativities, shown by Pixie. But leave it to Zephyr to flip roles and be the positive influence she needs to get back up on her feet. When Zephyr pulls off his demonstration, it goes better than he expected. He takes the criticism that he takes and is left with a more positive outlook. But also the fact that he faced his fear of judgment head on and won out and proved to himself that he is truly talented. A confidence boost for the young Breeze. Which sometimes that's what we need. We need another peer to tell us we've done well when we don't think we have. Sometimes we are our own worst critics, judging our own work and our own work schedule and ethic, doubting ourselves whether we've done enough or could do better. Criticism is a tough moral pill to swallow. For some of us more than others. But as we've seen with Zephyr, the right kind of criticism can be a motivating factor. And having somebody to have our backs when we're at our lowest, and our friends to help us break through the mental barriers that we put on ourselves in our own procrastinations, can make all the difference. This, like the other three comics before, is a great attachment piece to the episode in question, Brother. And if the comics continue in this semi-connected direction, I'm all for it. It really links the comics and the series together, which they should have always been a complement to one another. This comic gets a 5 out of 6. And, like I said, my review of the episode Brother, which this comic directly, or rather indirectly, connects to, will be on the end card, either to the left to the right. Outside of that, on the other end card, you'll see the last video we did, which happened to be a Kinetic review for the new Carmen Sandiego series. So, check that out and hit the subscribe button on top of the end cards that you see, and until next time, I'm Nirvana Sparkle. Find peace in your own Nirvana. Thanks for watching. Or listening. One of the two.